Well, let's move to case 2 then. So this is a case. I actually had a person who used to work for me whose son this actually happened to them. So I've changed this significantly for the details, but a 21-year-old son of a single woman who has a history of being a daredevil, the son that is. He's always pushing the edge of the envelope in extreme sports. The woman, now 47, earns $100,000 per year working as a registered nurse in San Diego. She has a 17-year-old daughter ready to start college in the fall. So as you can imagine, she doesn't want anything interrupting this daughter's going to school. Her husband has not contributed or been involved with her children for many years. You know, they're divorced. She's single. And she's also estranged from his parents. So there really isn't any means of support here. Her mother died a few years ago, and her father, who's a retired Marine gunnery sergeant, is living with his second wife in North Carolina on the other side of the country, enjoying a good but not a lavish retirement. So at 3 o'clock one afternoon, she gets a call from the Yosemite Park Police telling her that her son's had an accident and he's fallen 100 feet off of a rock cliff up there, and he's crushed his head on the rocks below. And he's currently in the hospital. He fell off a half dome. He's in the emergency room, and she's been told, she calls the emergency room, goes and visits him, and she's been told that if this child survives, he's going to have some serious brain damage and probably is going to need some long-term care for a long, long time. So the hospital is saying, you know, here's your financial responsibility forms. We want you, the mother, to sign that you're financially responsible for paying for your 21-year-old son's medical bills. And many parents feel obligated, even though the child is older than the years, than the majority. So if you had this case, beyond the fright that this woman is going through, what would your best advice do? She needs to think clearly. What would you tell her to look at?
Well, whenever I have a situation where there's a lot of emotion involved, which there's going to be, you know, I give people an opportunity to go ahead and express it until they're done. Let them take a deep breath and say, okay, we're going to focus on solutions now. And the first thing I would let her know is that because this child is over the age of 18, he's an adult, and therefore she's not responsible for him. And we can deal with this whole scenario as him being an adult, becoming eligible for benefits based on either his own work history or lack thereof. And then we would be looking at getting either SSI, SSDI. We would look at getting Medicaid, which in California we call Medi-Cal, which can pay bills up to 3 months prior. And unless he was covered by health insurance, if he had health insurance, then obviously that would take care of it. But there's always a way to deal with it. The real solution is understanding that there are options.
And not to delay, basically.
Exactly.
Don't make mistakes. I gave the same advice to the guy that I referred to earlier that used to work for me. I told him, don't sign those papers. Right. You know, I wasn't in the financial world at that time, but that's an awful big responsibility to take on as a parent. And it could materially affect not only her life, but her daughter's life being able to go to school. So don't delay that there are benefits this child could qualify for. And so what would you do if you were her? I mean, what would you do with the hospital? Would you tell them that, no, I'm not going to sign and I'm going to be checking into benefits? How would you handle this?
Well, I would let her know that she just needs to let the discharge planner or whoever is working with her, letting her know about the billing situation, you know, remind them. And you always want to do it in a way that you get a positive response. Remind them that he's over 18. And, you know, as his mother, she will help him access the benefits he's entitled to take care of that hospitalization.
But she will not accept financial responsibility herself.
That's not fair, and there's no need for that.
Yeah, no, it could be devastating to her.
Yeah, it could wipe her out entirely.